Good morning and welcome to regular session of the Commissioners Court, February 26th, 9 a.m. Please, we have a full quorum. Carry certified minutes or the meeting was properly posted. James Ray, if you'll lead us in prayer, please stand for prayer and pledges.
Our Father, we humbly bow before you this morning, asking for your presence to be made known to each one of us. As we want to include you in Commissioner Court this morning. Father, guard our words and guard our actions that we may be pleasing unto you. Father, the Bible verse I'm going to quote this morning is found in Psalm chapter 56 and verse 3. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. Father, this is a psalm that David penned when he was under the captivity of the Philistines. Father, we just ask, Lord, that we remember when we're afraid that you're always available. Father, go with us and lead us and guide us through court this morning. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mother of the Church of Fire, Texas, one state, God, one indivisible.
Didn't get any citizens input for agenda items. There's 11 items on consent agenda. Got a motion?
Approve corrections.
I need to pull number 5.
I jumped in.
That's all. Now we're good.
You approve the corrections in the minutes, pulling number 5.
I'll second that.
Moving second, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. Number 5, receive claims and invoices submitted for payment.
On number 5 on page 3, I think we finally got our cabin chassis. Mr. Coulson. Yeah, I was looking at that. Okay, and then we'll move them to Frazier, I'm assuming, to have the boxes put on. Or do we know? That has-
I know that for a fact, but that is my son.
We're paying the bill anyhow.
We're paying for the vehicles.
Yeah.
We're paying him for that.
That was the only thing I had. I just kind of want to bring it to everybody's attention.
Larry, while I got you looking at you, I see we're paying for Ron Construction today. He asked if you would hold that check for him.
Sure.
And let him pick it up. So if you'll just call him when you got your hands on it. I done forgot. I'm proud to see that page.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Anybody else?
That's all I got.
Make a motion to accept claims and then.
I'll second that.
moving second, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. We're gonna skip to number 19. Discuss and take action to allow New Waverly 4-H Club to build an arena on Walker County property. Mr. Decker.
All right, so New Waverly 4-H is here to give us a presentation. Y'all can come on up. We're gonna discuss having a arena down there behind the weigh station.
Good morning.
Thank you so much.
If y'all will state your
Thank you.
names for Ms. French.
Morning. Lauren Valencia, and I know. Freaking slot.
Thank you.
Floor is yours.
Good morning. We are New Waverly 4-H Community Club officers and graduates, and today we're here to talk to you about the South Walker County Arena. I'm Caitlin Klinsky. I'm a senior at Texas A&M University, and I'm a past president of the New Waverly 4-H Community Club. There's Lauren Klinsky. She's a past officer of the New Waverly 4-H Community Club. Anaya Norrells, a freshman at Texas A&M University. She was a past vice president of our community club and the Texas 4-H vice president. And then Brecken Slot is the current vice president of the New Waverly 4-H community. Now we want to highlight some of our club leaders. Some of them are in the audience today. Thank y'all for being here. Our managers are Michelle Johnson, Stephanie Phillips, Tracy Slot. Cattle is Jean Barty. Swine is Joshua Slot. Lambs are Jeremy Kuntz and Shane Jehovac. Goats are Ben Johnson. Rabbits are Ryan Teetsman. Poultry is Stephen Gregory and Jana Wilson. Photography is Stacy Shackelford, livestock judging is Megan Robinson, food club is Stephanie Phillips, and our treasurer is Rod Shackleton. The New Waverly 4-H Community Club is here today to present a request for approval to construct a building in New Waverly, which will provide use and benefit to community and county members. This presentation will provide information regarding this request, and the property is at the end of Old Houston Road, and it's adjacent to the waste station.
The work towards this building has been overseen by a Building and Scholarship Funds Committee. Members of the committee are local community members and business owners. And they are as follows: Sean Byler, owner of Techstar Services; Jacob Slot, owner of Slot Construction; Donnie Nemi, owner of Silent G Ranch and retired owner of Davis Chevrolet; Stan Kowinski, owner of Kowinski Construction; and Stephen Gregory, owner of Rolo Insurance. In 2016, the New Waverly Fire Department started receiving sales tax that had been voted on by the Citizens of Emergency Services District 2. At that time, they held an established fundraiser each year on July 4th. This fundraiser feeds over 500 people and includes a live auction and raffle. The New Waverly Fire Department graciously turned it over to the New Waverly 4-H Community Club. When this decision was made, the club had aspirations of one day building a place to have a prospect show, rodeo arena, meeting place, and community center. Additionally, with the fundraiser, the opportunity for scholarship giving increased. The event has thrived, pushing through COVID, and now has nearly $250,000, with projections of having just under $300,000 after the 2024 July 4th event. The community is very giving and supports this great cause. Here you can see a few photos of the New Waverly Fire Department and 4-H members participating in the fundraising efforts. Here are a few more photos from that event. This project was started in 2016, and we've seen gradual increases in the special funds balance since that time, including during 2020, which was the year of the COVID-19 pandemic. Currently, our balance is $247,991, excuse me. And after the 2024 July 4th event, the projected balance is $285,000.
This building will benefit the New Waverly 4-H Community Club as well as Walker County 4-H and the citizens of Walker County. There will be multiple uses for the building. This building is also an ideal location for a command center during emergency events in Walker County. Some of the multi-purpose uses of this building for New Waverly 4-H would be to hold meetings, host prospect shows, hold events requiring an arena such as clinics and workshops, and host food club activities and events. For Walker County, it can be a multi-purpose center for events such as Trash Bash, serve as a command center during emergency events, serve as an emergency/disaster holding facility, and host Walker County 4-H Horse Club, Walker County 4-H shooting sports and archery, and other Walker County 4-H activities. Here's some photos of 4-H members leading and participating in clinics and workshops. The New Waverly 4-H Community Club has located a galvanized building that is 125 feet by 225 feet for $150,000. The building is an engineered building that comes with new tin. Here are the building specs. It will have 3 feet by 3 feet pillars every 25 feet along the outside perimeter. Here's an example of what the building would look like when it's finished.
Here you can see a proposed budget. The cost of the building is $150,000. The concrete work, which includes the concrete, will be $45,000. The water connections and piping will be $3,000, and the electrical work needed will cost $45,000. The site work equipment is being donated at no cost to the New Waverly 4-H Community Club or taxpayers. The proposed total would be $243,000. We are asking to place this on Walker County property located at the end of Old Houston Road, next to the waste station. This location is par none, being right off I-45. Old Houston Road runs behind the Precinct 4 barn. The address is 730 Old Houston Road. As you can see on the proposed location map, the red is the property boundary, The blue is the parking area, yellow is proposed structure, and orange is possible detention.
In summary, we are requesting approval to build the South Walker County Arena on approximately 5 acres of Walker County land located in New Waverly. New Waverly 4-H Community Club has the funds to complete the build, and we would like to get started so that future and current members can benefit from this building. If you have any questions, Mr. Slot and Mr. Koontz will be happy to answer them. Thank you for your time.
Good job.
Good presentation. Y'all did good. But you passed the question to somebody else.
Yeah. That's how any good presenter does.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I'm admiring you.
Questions, comments?
I think it's a good project.
They worked real hard for a long time.
Yeah.
Get something. This last project show, the weather was terrible, so we ended up doing the Waverly 4-H project show in Williston, their arena. That was the one that was pictured on there. So this will be something for the whole community to use.
I mean, I don't know how to move forward, but I would be for whatever moving forward is, so that's just kind of where I stand anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a great idea to make it happen. I think we needed something like that for a while. I think I do want to be sure, I'm kind of with Ronnie on now, but I don't know what the next step is as far as how it's, so as long as it can be done.
Yeah.
I'm game for that. I do think that the construction, the building and all stuff like that should be handled like anybody else bringing a public build.
Sure.
Well, it almost has to be, engineered and.
The whole thing, the water, the sewer, the electric. Are they gonna hook up to New Waverly Sewer?
So maybe later on, this is just a building to host events at the moment. And the water is their city water down there. There's a way to get city sewer down there if we ever get to the point where we're gonna build bathrooms and stuff like that. Like the events that they have for the Prospect Show, time being, we'll bring in porta cans. If we manage to have trash bash down there, it'd be porta cans, same thing until that point. They're eager to get going. It's been since 2016 and done really well. And it's a community supported deal. I mean, it's not just one or two. The whole community comes out on the 4th of July and supports.
Yeah.
And it's just.
Well, I know we've done agreements in the past, the Com Center is built on county property and I'm sure Quentin's got lots of questions about how this is gonna go, later on, or I do for sure. I mean, the building, is it a new building or is it a?
The building is a used building they found and,
Okay.
that's a takedown building and, it's galvanized. It was a pre-engineered building. We've got an engineer that's gonna recertify it, and the concrete work on the pillars and everything, that's all been done. Is all gonna be done through an engineer so that.
Engineers in the back.
Of course, we want to work with Cheryl on this. She's grinning at me. We want to work with Cheryl to make sure that the contractor that would put it up and all that, got their insurances and all that's covered and everything.
Well, and that was kind of the next thing was how the insurance is gonna go and who's gonna be liable for the utilities, that's just a couple questions on top of the head I can think of, it's not nothing we can't work.
I think we can get there though. I mean, I feel 100% almost sure. Mr. Barty, I know you want to say something.
I think you're doing a great job, Commissioner. Supporting this project.
I knew you wanted to say something. I could see it in your eyes.
Well, just, real quick, you asked about water sewer. Sewer's really close, so when they decide, when they get to the point to do that, sewer's right across the road. It's not like it's not anywhere close, so that's just the only thing. And the other comment would be, is, they've been, well, there's kids been working on this. We've been raising money down there for a long time to do this. And, obviously there's kids that poured out their hard work that left. So it's high time we get it done and I really thank you guys for being on helping do this.
Yeah, I say we can get there. I mean, I don't know how to do it. We have to get our lawyer involved, but we should be able to get there.
Any of you other kids want to talk? Owen?
So we are talking about just Josh and whoever,
Yes, sir.
We are talking about just the arena right
The
now.
arena right
No,
now.
no meeting rooms or nothing
No,
like
sir,
that, just a
nothing like
place
that right
to,
now, we've
have
got all the
project.
funds for the arena and it's galvanized and
okay.
we're just trying to get it started and going and then we'll take the next step after there, whatever's needed.
Sounds good. So just figure it out.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to move forward, man.
I'll make a motion to allow New Waverly 4-H Club to build an arena on Walker County property.
You got,
That's off of.
I knew that was coming there. A lot of disclaimers gonna.
I don't think at this point you can. It would be a wise choice to actually authorize them to get started.
Okay.
There's preliminaries, you mentioned, members of the court have mentioned some of the things, we just gotta work through some stuff.
Yeah.
So I think if you wanna make a motion to further, to move forward with it, that's fine, but I don't want the motion to say they can start building.
Could we word it, from my city side? It's
Mhm.
more of almost like a development agreement. I mean, they're gonna have a project representative, somebody from the 4-H as a signatory. And then we're gonna ask some things, they're gonna request some things, and we get all that. So I think maybe the motion would be to authorize the 4-H group in Walker County to develop a draft development agreement. And that'll give us some jumping off point.
I knew that city stuff would come out.
Every now and then it works, brother.
Yeah, every now and then.
So that motion died because there was no second. I'll make the motion that we develop a development agreement between the 4-H and the Walker County to move forward with the project of this arena at the Dibbing location. I mean, at Dibbing
Wait, Stacy.
Wait station location.
Second.
Thank you.
All right, moving second, all in favor, raise your hand. Unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank
Motion
y'all.
carries.
I know you hate this, but you gotta go back to school.
Yeah.
Can we get a picture with all the kiddos up here?
Yeah.
Big picture.
Go back.
I know, make it a long picture, right?
Some of y'all probably just get, especially the little ones. They'll get right up here.
We're proud to have y'all here today.
Christie, get up here.
Christie's part of this.
Y'all can get up here too, Jeremy.
Yeah.
They're taller than me, y'all.
Y'all come back here.
Come on, yeah, we get on this. You can tip-top right in front of the short one.
Jeremy, you can come back here.
Yeah, come on in.
We taller back here?
No, I'm on my
But I
tippy
can
toes.
do something they can't see.
Yeah, you can come in and sit right over here.
They had some elementary kids.
I know. Bring one of them next time.
Keep backing up there. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And one more. 1, 2, 3.
That's front page material.
Yes, it is. Hang on.
One more.
Awesome, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You bet. Go learn something though.
Benchmark. Yeah.
Sadly, you gotta go back to school, right? Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. Excuse my
Quit
laziness.
following Jeremy's lead there.
Thank you.
I cleared the courtroom.
Yeah. All right, we'll go back to number 12. Treasurer, discuss and take action on AGBP arts renewal. Ms. Kowinski. You jumped up fast.
Yeah, hold on. So this is the annual renewal of the Arts Affordable Care Act. Tagged us at 1095. Fees and fees. You used to have those when you filed your taxes. They are no longer a requirement, but tax still does those for us. We just have to do the agreement. And they should be mailed in the next couple of weeks. Asked about those this morning, actually. They're gonna put those in the mail. So we'll be getting those soon, but this is just the agreement to continue doing that. They'll do the forms for us at no cost, as long as I provide the reports to them each time we get paid.
Sounds good.
So one question, Amy, if the IRS is not requiring it anymore, then why are we still doing it?
I've asked that question.
because tax still wants to do them
Okay.
and some tax preparers want them. So I still do the reports and I send them. And as long as they're not costing us, then I'll still do them.
Okay.
But if they start charging, then we're not gonna do it.
Sounds good.
Motion to approve as presented.
Second.
Moving seconded, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries.
That's why she didn't ask for-
13, discuss and approve meals served at TAC Healthy County presentations for fiscal year 2020.
I'm actually gonna give this to Kaylee to present, but I want to brag on her for a minute. She took over the Healthy County, responsibilities about this time last year. For last year, we received $90 in Healthy County funds. On Friday, we received a check for $1,260. That's for the trainings, the WebMD programs, the Arosti, the Healthy County and the health fair programs that she put on. So we get money from tax based on the number of programs we do and the number of participants. So she's been doing a great job. And I want to turn it to her so she can ask you all.
You part on this.
You know I am. I get the emails.
Y'all can come hula hoop with us.
So the funds that we get, tax says that they're not allowed to serve food like the lunch and learns that we do, but the money that we receive from them, we can use to feed our employees. So I just was asking for approval for just the rest of the school years. And when I do these presentations, we can have like snacks or like a nugget tray or something of that sort.
Healthy food?
Yes.
Okay.
Like nuggets, salads, fruit trays, vegetable trays, that kind of stuff. That's what they-
Stuff you wouldn't eat.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't need it, but I'll make a motion to approve it.
And it also includes the home fair that will be later, late summer, early fall. We usually serve lunch of that as well.
That's in my motion.
Okay,
Good.
all right.
I'll second.
Well,
And thank you, Kaylee. It's good.
You're doing a good job.
Danny. Moved and seconded, all in favor, raise your right hand.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Thank you, Kayla.
Appreciate the work. Thank you.
14, discuss and take action on demo of small building at waste station using waste station maintenance funds as requested by DPS staff. Larry?
The timetable on the new building down there for the waste station was enough. I wasn't expecting to have them move out of their main office building until a week from now, but we had to help them move out last week. It's a little small building on a slab. There are 3 buildings total over there. 2 of them are portable. The contractors are supposed to pick them up and move them out of the way. But that one on the slab there is in front of the tongue of the building. And when they take it out, it's gonna be in the way. Well, Lieutenant Lucas had requested me to bring this to y'all. And he has I have an email here from him where he agrees to use waste station maintenance funds if anyone needs.
So what are y'all gonna do? Just tear it down? You're gonna push it out of the way with a machine or what's
They're
your?
gonna just assemble it and demo it.
Okay.
All right,
Haul it
so
off.
Haul it off.
is it water or sewer? What hooked up this thing?
Nothing's hooked up to it right now.
What is it?
It's what they call their old kitchen.
Yeah,
It had a water and an electrical,
I got you.
but we disconnected all that last week.
I'll make a motion to do that.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Number 15, discuss and take action on proposal for correcting our VAV boxes at the courthouse.
Okay, that's here at the courthouse. So over the last few months, we've identified some problems balancing our air out here at the building. Our VAV boxes that have been there for 30+ years, some of the damper shafts are wearing out on them. And we're not getting control over our air mixes as far as warm and cold. So we'll have a room that's running at 80 degrees, set at 72. The next room over could be running at 75 degrees and set at 60. So they're just not producing like they need to. This would cost a lot less than replacing those. We replaced 2 of them about 6 years ago at a cost of about $6,500 each. But Nathan and their tech looked at this deeply and they both agree that this should correct our problem there. We're looking at 8 VAV boxes total in there.
Okay. I mean, where'd the funding come from, Patricia?
It can come from the buildings project fund or
Right.
regular budget and if there's funds, but most likely it would need to come from the project. funds.
If it came out of my budget, it would cut me down on what I have left after POs by almost half. So I was gonna ask for project funds on this.
Okay. And y'all are doing this in-house, Larry?
No, sir, this will be
Okay, this company.
an Intech tech coming down to do it, and Nathan will be there with them,
Okay.
supervising and making sure everything goes the way he wants it to.
Um,
It'll be a 2-day trip, and they will have to shut the air down for it, so it's gonna be most likely on a weekend. That's part of the cost here is the overtime that we're having to pay for this.
Coming out on the weekends.
Yes, either weekends or evenings, either way, it still costs us.
I think you'd be better off doing it on the weekends that we going to stay on top of it instead of in the workplace. So, sounds good.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Moving second, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. Thank you, Lane. Number 16, discuss and take action to dispose of FAS number 12384 and FAS number 12392. Ms. Carrot?
Good morning. These were two portable AC units. The one was located at the courthouse and one was at the maintenance shop. The compressors went out on them. They're no longer, it's not feasible to fix them. So I'm asking, a submission, asset disposal form was submitted on both. And so I'm asking to dispose of them.
Sounds good to me. I'll make that motion to approve disposing of FAS number 12384 and FAS number 12392.
Second.
Moving seconded, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries unanimous. Thank you. 17, discuss and take action on acceptance of roads and drainage structures in Sterling Ridge, section 4 by Walker County, for county maintenance.
First, part of the discussion will be, an FYI, March 27th of last year, we approved accepting sections 2 and 3 based on the developer coming through and making some repairs. He came through and did all those. And then at the same time in section 4, go ahead and scroll down a little bit. Fancy color map. That's pretty much all of section 4 right there. That's highway 19 to the right side of that over there. So the part that's kind of shaded in is part, if y'all recall, we had them come in and mill down the asphalt and pave everything. So it looks awesome in there now. They did a really good job on the follow-up. It's super smooth. Everything's in fabulous shape. So I just wanted to remind us that sections 2 and 3 should be, I guess I'll make the motion to approve those, even though we already have. Then I'm gonna make the motion to approve section 4. So let me just reword that then. I'm going to, I kind of caught myself in
I
that.
got a little confused.
Yeah.
That's that city talk. That city talk's taking
Yeah,
over.
I'm going
Where are you
to,
going with maintenance on, is section 4, was it also in the maintenance?
yeah, it will be. It's been in there. It's been almost 2.5 years since this
Okay.
went in there. So they're, so I'm going to, I don't have to do anything with 2 and 3. I'll make the motion to approve accepting section 4 Sterling Ridge as a county road.
Reluctantly, I'm gonna give you a second. We
Moving
need to discuss this later.
seconded, all in favor, raise your right hand. Go.
Making sure
Mhm.
if there's any sidewalks, we're not accepting sidewalks for maintenance or we are.
No.
Just the roads.
Just the drainage structures outside the road right away. Be accepting those or?
No, not outside the road right of ways. No.
Do they, I guess they have a homeowners in there.
Yeah, they have a POA. Right now, it's
Manages-
still owned by the builder. He hasn't turned it over to the locals yet.
Excluding any sidewalks or drainage structures outside.
Yes, let's amend that.
the motion?
Yeah, to exclude sidewalks and drainage outside the.
I know what you're doing, but I just want to make sure.
I appreciate
Your
that.
second still saying.
My second's still there with the
Yeah.
new motion,
I have to go back.
still reluctant.
All right.
Good. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. 18, discuss and take action on vacating Highland Circle at the request of the property owner.
All right, the guy, it's off of Highland Drive, it's Highland, go and scroll down a little bit, the picture. He owns lot 29138 and 29139, owns those two. It's a little dead end, little cul-de-sac that goes up in there. He's requested that we eliminate that as a county road.
The whole road.
Yes, sir.
You said Island Creek.
or Highland, our city map says Highland Creek, but our county records called it Highland. Circle.
We've had this problem before.
Yeah.
So I made the record very clear.
Highland Circle. Yeah. Yeah. Highland Circle, the Google map is wrong, so it's Highland Circle. Thank you for that. So he contacted me a couple of months ago, and the backup material showed the part that he had to do to start off with. He came and did a public posting in conspicuous places, one at the site, one at a gas station, one here at the courthouse. It was reported in, I guess, Carrie's office, or yeah, taken care of there. So that time period has passed. The second part is that the court has to formally notify utilities in the area. Doing a survey out there, kind of driving by and looking, it looks like the only thing there is electricity. We have informally contacted them, and they're in touch with the property owner right now, working out an easement, but we'll still need to formally notify them, maybe the telephone people. But I don't think there's phone over there, and then the water just goes across the front. So I'm probably gonna need some help on the motion on this one.
Yeah, I think the key thing here is that.
I don't know.
The judge will have to sign the order, but the motion should include that the order will not be signed until 30 days after utilities have been given.
Riverside somewhere.
Okay.
Where's it at?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Acorn Hill subdivision. Yeah. If you scroll down, if you scroll down a little bit more, scroll down a little bit more. It's over the bridge, first road to the left.
Oh, yeah.
Little tiny.
I just went down.
No, and I don't know about this, so I'll tell you my thoughts on it. Anytime, this man is not gonna own this piece of property forever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't assume. And therefore that may hinder later down the road, in my opinion, something that you might not never get back.
They can't get it back. I mean, basically,
That's what
unless
I'm
they bring it
saying.
up
It's
to
just
today's
done.
standards. So, I
Yeah.
mean, it's gone forever.
It's gone.
You
Yeah,
know, so.
it's gone. And I mean, that's a problem that he's willing to accept, and it doesn't really impact us. I mean, both lots they'll both have road frontage on Highland Drive. And he may even be combining them. I don't know that part.
Yeah. Have you done any major maintenance over there recently, Bill?
No.
Nothing.
We
Okay.
haven't done anything.
Still a dirt road,
Still a dirt
paved road.
Yeah.
Still a dirt road. So, okay, so my motion is going to be to authorize the vacating of Highland Circle, and for the county judge to sign the order no more than 30 days after the utilities have been formally notified by them.
Not less than 30.
Not less than 30 days after the utilities have been formally notified.
The area that's being vacated.
Yeah.
Okay, now he owns the entire thing though from this.
Mhm.
Okay, I don't have a problem if he owns the whole road, so.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
What you got, Andy?
Find the area that's being vacated and the area that's not. It's important because there's a curve in the road there.
Yeah.
And,
Like this.
assuming you need some of it for maintenance of the existing.
Yeah, you're gonna need to maintain,
You're only vacating the cul-de-sac section, if I understand you correctly, that's.
No, we're taking it all the way from Highland Drive, which is the road that's coming into the picture where it turns south. Everything from there.
Well, I mean,
All of that has the same name.
and it's gonna be a driveway for him to access his property,
Yeah,
basically.
it goes to his gate right now.
but
Okay,
it seems to be like it would need to have some kind of
Easement from the center of the
survey,
road.
something sitting inside when you're doing away with a public road. But, you need.
Requirement in the code is that you designate the starting point and the ending point. I believe the petition does.
Yeah.
Petition does, I read it, nothing.
It refers to where the road begins. The intersection of the highway.
basically the road's turned into a driveway.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, yeah, simple.
Yeah, that's what it's doing.
Yeah.
Any other questions? We got a motion in a second. All in favor?
Thank you.
All opposed? 4-1.
I will.
Danny. Motion carries. Number 20, discuss and take action on HGAC intergovernmental agreement for SP Regional Juvenile Mental Health. That's under me, but I don't know much about it. I know this is what we do every year, and it helps fund stuff. Anybody got anything to speak on this?
I
No.
had a comment that it is an annual grant that gives juvenile funding for provide certain services to. How's it there?
Well, and reading it, I guess it's a grant up to $9,000, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You know, and they've just grown it as much as we use it, I assume.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Second. Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. 21, discuss and take action on the fee change to the mass gathering application. So under the application that y'all had approved before we got here, we had a $300 filing fee. We're gonna change that to the sheriff's department inspection fee and lower it to $250. So all the fees match each other, is my suggestion.
I believe that now would track the statutory authority.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have one question. So it says that, I guess, what is it, under 500 people? As long as they're serving alcohol to under 18 years old, you have to have a mass gathering?
2,500.
Well,
So
kids-
500.
if it's 500 and 51% are minors, you have to have this.
Or 500 people, right? 500 people.
Minors, right?
The minor part is
Is the key.
51% of them.
So some of these, yeah, but then it drops down to 500, not 2,500, right?
If it's alcohol with minors,
Yeah.
it's 500. If it's
Okay.
not, it's 2,500.
Some of these functions that we have, this is, well, I know you can't do it at the storm shelter anymore, because we've done away with that, but like, the big functions, big weddings and stuff at the fairgrounds. This is gonna be imposed every time.
There's a comment there that says if you bring in tents, porta potties, blah, 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 because the building wasn't built for that function,
Mhm.
that's when it applies. If
Okay.
it's the main building's built to handle 2,000 people, they can have whatever they want to up to 2,000 people.
So these venues and stuff like
The
that.
venues are built to handle it, so that doesn't apply.
Okay. All right, that answers my question. Good deal.
And I have a flow chart that's going to the fairgrounds to let Susan.
Well, I know we're
Understand
getting
that.
a lot of the wedding venues coming in, not
Yeah,
not just here and
Yeah, yeah.
around too, and so, you know, it doesn't take much to get 500 people together.
Right.
You know, I mean, that is a big wedding, don't get me wrong, I would.
So what do they do for out there, like, I mean, you're talking about it doesn't apply at all. I mean, what do they do for like the medical requirements and stuff like that? That has to apply, no matter what.
Mm-mm.
Surely.
I didn't write the rule. This is a state deal. We're just,
Weddings.
I gotta go back and look at that. Okay, I'm good. I'm good with the fee. We're talking about the fee today. I'm
yeah,
good
so
with
that's my motion is to change that to 250 in sheriff's department.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Thank you. 22, discuss and take action on retainer agreement from Allison Bass and McGee LLP. So me and Andy got together and sent them a lengthy discussion about subdivision, our lot sizes and all that. We are over the limit on answers from what they apply for free. I talked to Mr. Allison the other day at conference. He thought from $1,000 to $1,500, we could get it. They sent over a retainer fee or agreement, went and reviewed it. So I'm gonna ask for that to get some answers on our lot sizes.
That's your motion?
Pull
That's
the
my-
money from. Or Mr.
Where can I get the money
from?
from?
Mr. Patricia. For the legal fees.
Do we have
To be able to cover that through our regular budget.
I'll second that.
no motion? Moved and second, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. 23, discuss and take action on Simco Group LLC, Brian Sims' request for variance to section B 2.2 of the Walker County subdivision regulations regarding lot depth to width ratios for plat number 2023-055, proposed Jones Reserve subdivision, LM Collard Survey, A10, Jones Road. Andy?
Over with me, with me as well. As you can see, this is Jones Road that comes up this corner. Several of these tracks are outside of the 1 to 3. Currently our depth to width ratio. That's what the grants are called. They're all fairly large tracks.
all have the minimum frontage requirement. They meet the minimum frontage requirements in the code, but they don't have the depth of it to be.
How many of them?
11 that are marked in yellow. And then the 12 will be the remainder of 32 acres as a reserve.
Now, how
How many
big are
don't
the
meet?
tracks?
3.5 to 8 or 9 acres.
Darren, come up to the podium and state your name.
Aaron Sims here representing Simcoe Group and Brian K. Sims.
So
Aaron.
11 tracks that are on the variance on?
So these three meet it.
The rest don't.
These don't. This one, they're included in the application. Could be considered a flag track based on the shape, but I wanted courts sort of agreement with that because it's a little.
And it's gonna be water wells, I'm assuming, because I've seen that, and septic systems and all that stuff. Where does that fall in our code, Andy, as far
We'll
as?
have to meet all the other requirements. This is just a request on the variance for depth of width.
Okay.
So that they can make everything else work. It's not
How
a
off are they?
variance to the subdivision.
How off are they?
I don't know. This first time I've seen it.
Quite a ways, so
He's asking for up to.
we're gonna have roughly about 250 feet width on the longer ones. The smaller ones on the south side are be around 225 wide. And the length is up to over 1,000 feet. So it's beyond that 1:3 ratio that's required by the development code. The longest one is gonna be 1,500 feet long, so it's off by a factor of 3. So
So 1,500 feet and 250 feet across the front.
yes, sir.
And they're double.
Yeah, that's a 6-to-1 right there. I mean, I see the variance request was for like 6.1 to 1 or something like that.
You brought this up to any of the commissioners?
No,
You brought it to that, just with Andy? It's really the first time I've seen it. And the plans, I'm trying to look at it. I can't tell.
Yeah, I looked last night. I couldn't read that.
Knew they were long.
Yeah.
The actual numbers on there.
Yeah, you can't see them.
Yeah, you can't see.
I've got a problem with the top, I guess the one I have here, you can read it if you'd like it.
You want to visit with him a little bit, kick it down the kick for 2 weeks or?
You know, I have not even seen this till today. I mean, Andy said we got one coming, but this is the first time I've seen this and I haven't talked to anybody. I'm not comfortable with it.
Okay.
This is our first
We
time.
can do to make you comfortable.
Just, I'd like to meet about it and talk about it. Let's figure out, what exactly your plans are. If it doesn't meet code, then it doesn't meet code. I'm not against the variance because they're larger size tracks, but I've seen this now. 2 days.
Yep.
So we can set a meeting, kick this to the next commissioner.
I would like to.
Well, that and also, I mean, we give variances on
One or two trips.
one or two, but not 11 in the same small tract. It's a little extreme in my opinion, but we'll see what you can work out with Brandon.
I think so. And
I mean, that's more than half of your project's asking for a variance.
Yeah, on probably half the lots there. There's 6, I believe, that still fall under the requirement.
Yeah, it's 4 through 11 on. Don't.
Yeah, Brandon, I would recommend meeting with him, kind of like we did the other guy I met with the other day,
We're not gonna set the precedence of the jobs that I don't think we should, this personal opinion, that we're gonna have a variance on the over 50% of the job anyways. I'm not for that. I'm welcome to talk with you and visit and we can see what we can come up with, but at this time, my motion is gonna be deny this variance.
Okay.
I'll second that.
With the opening that he can bring it
With,
back.
yeah, with the intent that you can bring it back and not have to reapply, correct?
Hey, guys, remember about.
Move and seconded, all in favor, raise your right hand. You gonna vote, Bill?
No, oh, yes, I'm voting.
Yeah. Motion fails.
Narrative down.
Yeah, I know you.
I'm the only one that does that kind of stuff.
That's why I asked. 24, discuss and take action on Jeffrey Williams Aldafer Jr. request for variance to section 4.9 of the Walker County subdivision regulations regarding not being required to survey the entire parent tract of plat number 2024-003. Aldafer subdivision 5.63 acres, William Winters Lee, A53.
So this is around the corner.
Yeah, was this an illegal subdivision?
So the
Did
lot,
this guy
the lot
illegal
was,
subdivision?
he's the buyer. The lot was divided out of a larger tract. The current applicant owns this. Attempt is to get a variance to just plat his own without dealing with the rest. Sale, as far as I can tell, took place in 2021.
Wow. So we want to do this by meets and bounds.
Oh, he's asking for not to file a plat just of his, he wants to file the plat, but he wants to file a plat just of his one lot and not include the part that was retained by the person that sold the property. Difficulty from our side of the fence on this is to prove this lot. You have the other part, now you've approved the part that's carved out, so it makes it more difficult for court to run the plotting of the
What
other.
have we done in the past?
Generally, when you have the situation, it's the original owner's responsibility to file the plat prior to the sale of the property, is my understanding of the rule. So I don't know if they've made contact with that owner and that owner has refused or what that situation is, but this tract being left out, we have, in some cases, the court has in some cases allowed a developer who's cutting out one tract from a larger tract to only show the front of the adjoining tract and the right of way dedication portion, but not show all the back corners. It's an extremely large, like, reserve. Those variances have been allowed in the past.
Yeah.
I'm not aware of a variance been allowed recently anyway, in my memory of one lot being platted without the rest of the property that was parent tract. The only thing you guys have done is you've done a couple of 232.010s where it was land that sold many years ago and it's maybe a few owners separated from the original sale.
So especially this.
Where is this at? Where's
This
this?
is right around the corner from the other one.
Jones.
Go scroll down just a little bit right here.
Scroll
Or
up.
sorry.
So,
Let me say that backwards.
make-
So the other one you guys were looking at was here. This is around over here.
Yeah.
So the only hang up here is they're wanting to survey out 5 acres instead of surveying 25.
Yeah, so whatever happened to the remainder of the tract is not represented in this plat, right? So all that's on the plat.
We got somebody on Zoom too?
Mr.
Anthony?
Aldafer on Zoom.
Mike's got some.
He works at the fire department, but he's supposed to be watching on Zoom.
He is on.
Basically, there's a 32 acre tract that got, I think I surveyed it out in like 16 or something. This guy got somebody in Conroe to cut out, not this guy, not Aldafer, the original owner got somebody to survey out 6 acres and just sold it to him. This guy bought it not knowing it wasn't platted or that it needed to be platted. Well, now he's trying to get a permit and he can't because it's not platted. So he's trying to take care of his portion. He doesn't feel like he should be responsible financially or anything for taking care of the other guy's part. So he's trying to clean up his part of the tract, leave the other part for the other guy to handle whenever he has to get.
Mike, does the other guy still own the other 30-something acres?
Yeah, it would be 32 minus whatever this is. Yeah.
So that's almost like a civil deal then.
Do what?
That's almost like a civil deal then, huh?
Kind of. He's just trying to take care of the plating on his track so he can get a permit and get electricity and stuff to his house. So
Has he got a house there already, Mike?
I think, yeah, he started and then when he went to get his permit, I think the fact that it wasn't platted and then everything kind of came to a stop. So he's trying to take care of the platting so that he can finish the house and electricity.
So it's this the one right next to the old house over there.
Yeah, where Mr. Hatcher's hayfield was, and the old house, the old house or whatever it was, it's right next to that, yeah. That pipeline comes
This is the guy
out.
that's already built his house.
I think the shell's there. I don't think it's, he's might be on Zoom if y'all want to visit with him.
I don't know, I mean, it's.
Sally, you wanna pull him up?
So Andy, what is, if we do this, what's the repercussions down the road?
I think it's scary.
You have a couple of issues. One is, this is the way the court handles it now, what you guys want to do in the future. So in the past,
There you
if there's a lot sale that took place and it didn't follow the regulations, then the call was back to the original developer to fix it.
Right.
And, if you guys are gonna approve it after the sale took place, then I'm sure I'll have more of these that come.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to me, the hangup is the other guy still owns the other piece of property that he cut out and sold. Unbeknowing that he needed to plat everything. I mean,
But how can Mr. Alldaffer like force him to fix it though? You see, that's the issue. It's like,
Yeah.
how can he?
And we're thinking about how do we stop it from happening in the future?
Well, I understand.
or again, right here,
It'd be tough.
I mean, what keeps him from
Gets
splitting?
out there and goes close it in Conroe. The people in Conroe don't care. They'll
Yeah.
close it. I don't know how you stop it, but
I mean, but it wouldn't if somebody did like a title policy deed research, it would come up then, right? If they,
I don't think
No.
the closing companies out of town they just close it and move on.
They,
They
a
don't.
lot of the title companies exclude what they call government regulation from their policies, so.
Yeah, I mean, they just guarantee you and that's free and clear and got access. It's really all that the title company does, you know,
But I'm
so.
gonna let Mr. Alldaffer say, if you'd like to talk, Mr. Alldaffer.
Yes, sir. If you have a question for me, I'll try to answer it correctly.
Oh, we don't have any questions. We're just, if you'd like to say anything.
Yeah, basically, I could tell you, Mr. Gates, originally, actually, I was supposed to buy roughly 7 acres out of his, it was a verbal agreement, and then when it came to closing, it ended up being an acre less or so. But I have talked to him personally and told him out of my ignorance of what was going on, because I was really unsure of what was being asked of me too. I didn't understand, because it had been done properly. We went to closing, had a title, all that sort of stuff, and then when I go to pull permits, I was confused about what was really being asked of me, and that's when I called Mr. Mike here to say, hey, they're asking for a plat in the county. I'm not sure what that's different than a survey, but we proceeded forward, and I talked to Mr. Gates, the gentleman I bought it for, and he said he went to the county, but I guess he either misguided, ignorance on both of our parts of not understanding what was being required. He said, well, the county said everything's good on my part. So in lieu of just continuing to prod them and trying to get them to do what needs to be done, because I'm not going to fault him saying he knew what was going on or he didn't. I don't know if this is complete ignorance, the survey company not informing him when he sold it that, hey, it would need to be platted also. But I'm just trying to cover my end and not deal with him at all.
Yeah.
What do you think, Brandon?
If you look at that, he's already pulled out the right of way. I've dealt with him when we did culverts. He's been a great guy. We should be here to help people. So how do we get out of it? How do we help him?
So if you guys are gonna approve this plat, then, it would just be for this one lot to bring it into compliance. The only thing that I have a question about is when the application has been made since the court adopted the requirement, for the water well report. And there's no public water here, that I know of. So, the laws changed on that since January, but when was the original application? Are we just in the variance process right now?
The application, I don't know, no.
The
application.
The building permit's been prior to January.
So, yeah, the original application was in,
I believe.
Alldaffer, you're just building one house right there, correct?
Yes, sir.
State of Sonoma,
24, so it's this year. The new law kicked into effect that requires that the state requires water report.
I thought there was a number on, it's over 15 lots or 20 lots or.
I thought over certain aquifers too. Have we not figured that part?
Yeah, it allows court some leeway over certain aquifers. But that would be an additional variance to this. If the court wants to move forward with this, then we need to get with the owner and discuss how to get that done. Because you're not just creating one track here, you're creating two. There's gonna be this one, and there's gonna be what's left.
Well, they're already created. All we're trying to do is bring at least one of the two into compliance.
I said it wrong. You're not planning just one, you're planning one track here, but there's a second track that was created through this sale.
Right.
So when the other guy that sold it comes to us wanting to do something, if we look at him,
If he doesn't
Yeah.
do what he done just right here,
Yeah.
cut another track out and sell it.
Man, I almost want to see some sort of request to the other property owner. Some sort of something saying, hey, this is out of compliance. I need you to fix this. And then something come back. Cause I mean, this could be, and I think you said it earlier. How does it, the guy, he gets away with it and comes back 2 years later. Oh, okay, no big deal. That guy did it in 2024. So I'm the same as him. So I should have the same thing. I know, I agree, we're here to help folks, but I think, don't y'all think he needs to contact the guy he bought it from officially and request, and even if it gets turned down, then you could come back and say, hey, here's my 3 letters delivered to the guy. He's just 100% not cooperating. So now we can help somebody. But I mean, the other guy's still obligated, in my opinion, the guy who owned the parent track is still obligated to make it right. And if we don't ask him, and I mean, I almost kind of feel like it, I don't know if taking is the right word, but we're establishing a property line between these two properties against another, imposing it on the other guy.
Mr. Aldeffer, have you contacted that previous land or the parent track owner?
Yes, sir. So that's what I was stating earlier. I've actually conversed with them on several occasions. And like I said, through both of our ignorance, because this is something I've not dealt with. I'm just sort of like, here's my money. I need you to take care of this. But Mr. Gates, I've talked with, and he went to the county, but I guess not directed to the proper people. I don't know exactly who he spoke to at the county, if it was just like making sure the survey was done correctly or whatever. But I guess he was in ignorance on both of our parts. It was not a true understanding of what was being asked or really done. So I was like, what's the difference between a survey and a plat? I don't even get what, I thought everything was done correctly. So I don't think he fully understands what he's responsible for, and neither did I. I was just like, make this go away. Can you get it taken care of? Here's my money. Just get it done. So I don't know that he fully understands that he was responsible for it to begin with. Unless who knows? The survey company could have told him, I don't know. And he just said, oh, I don't want to pay for that. I don't know what, it would just be speculative on that aspect. I don't know.
So in your statement there, you just said that he went to the county. Can you get us some documentation where he went, what he did, so that we can have ammunition for later on where we fix this problem and not just, we're worried about setting a precedence here. And we
Yes,
don't.
sir.
want
I could.
We need to
I
have
could
some way to document it.
He's friendly enough that I could reach out to him again. I mean, we're basically neighbors. I mean, I bought the property from him, so I just whatever specific I can hand it to him and say, look, this is actually, the longer this process has gone along, I understand more of what's being said. Whereas before, I was like speaking a foreign tongue. So I understand the difference between being platted versus a survey. So we're, I guess, officially establishing a subdivision since it's under 10 acres per se out of his tract. I get that aspect of it. And he was supposed to be responsible for it, but I don't know if he understood that. So I could reach out to him again, and I don't know how, when it comes to money, I don't know how willing he'll be wanting to pay for it, but I can definitely do so.
Let me ask one more question. If
Yes,
you
sir.
had done a survey, if you're the one that cut the tract out, would you have told the property owner, hey, this is a plat, you need to go file this plat?
I'd tell them that it should be platted. If they want to do it, it's their responsibility, and I put a note on the plat that says.
Exactly. So that's what we don't have here. The third player is the survey company that cut this piece out. What did they tell the property owner? And if I mean, I would almost ask that. Did you tell the property owner you had to plat this? And if they say yes, then maybe that, I don't know how it does me, but I need to know that, don't you
We
think?
got all these policies, and nobody enforce. We got a kickback on any of them. You don't do it, we ain't got nothing to hold you to it.
No,
I mean, who enforces the policy?
The only thing you have is the permit.
Right.
Yeah, you don't lock the property down.
I would try to get something from the landowner.
Yeah.
And if he says no, he just says no, and then we got something to work with.
Yeah, the
Yeah, but is that
rule,
commissioners?
the statute requires the plat be filed prior to the sales taking place, but it's my memory. The plat is the requirement of obviously the owner that owned it before he purchased it. Because it establishes tracks. But in this case, to your point, if somebody makes a sale, has a surveyor come in, creates a meets and bounds subscription, makes the sale. It's not like we have somebody monitoring every deed that gets issued on every piece of property the day that it's filed, right?
You can't, because they might do
And so
themselves in another county.
when it usually comes on our radar for compliance review at my office, this is the permitting process. So when they come in to permit, the first thing we do is a compliance review, jurisdictional review, and then compliance review against the other policies, including the subdivision policy.
Okay. So, Ms. Dahlpepper, we
Yes,
want
sir.
you to go back and get with get with your neighbor and see what kind of information you get. He's, figure out which surveyor he used and, get us some information to help you, I guess is the best way to put it. But at this time, we're gonna my motion is gonna be to deny the variance with the ability to come back.
I'll second that.
Moving seconded, all in favor? Raise your hand. Motion carries. 25, discuss and take action on right-of-way acquisition report for Frank Carl Wood on Scales Ranch Road and the Abrams Pet Service.
We have, all these are actually the same tract of land.
You've been busy.
Right, that's two owners. And they own the same piece of land together, so every bit of this has to be done in two names.
Okay.
So that's why you got so many of them.
All right. It just seems like
And
a
it's
lot.
on Scale Ranch.
It's on Scales Ranch at Fraser Road. And it looks like the footage is 2826. So I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second. Okay, moving seconded, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. 26, discuss and take action on acceptance of right-of-way easement from Frank Carl Wood on Scales Ranch Road.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. 27, discuss and take action on right-of-way acquisition report for Frank Carl Woods on Fraser Lane.
Motion to approve.
I'll second it.
All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. 28, discuss and take action on acceptance of right-of-way easement for Frank Carl Woods on Fraser Lane.
Make a motion to approve.
Second it.
Moving seconded, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. 29, discuss and take action on right-of-way acquisition report for Woolard Mitchell Evans on Scales Ranch Road.
This is the other owner. Make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Moving seconded, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. 30, discuss and take action on acceptance of right-of-way easement for Willard Mitchell Evans, Scales Ranch Road.
Motion to approve.
Second it.
Moving seconded, all in favor. Motion carries. 31, discuss and take action on right-of-way acceptance from Willard Mitchell Evans on Fraser Lane.
Motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Moving seconded, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. 32, discuss and take action on acceptance of right-of-way easement for Willard Mitchell Evans on Fraser Lane.
Motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Moving seconded, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. 33, discuss and take action on extension of the time period required under the variance approval on 11/26/23 for plat number 2023-049 replat of Deer Forest subdivision.
This was the replat of the cul-de-sac and there was a variance approved contingent upon the plat being filed. Just need an extension on that. If the court would, I think, grant 30 days from today's date, that's plenty. I have it here today.
Everything's addressed, the plat's signed and they're ready to go.
Yes, I have them here for your signatures today.
Okay.
I have them here on the table for your signatures today.
Okay. They just want to pass the extension.
Yeah, they want, so if the court could extend the time period 30 days from today.
And this was done because we asked them to move the cul-de-sac to create
Yeah,
all the other
the
problems.
background history was they were accommodating several things.
Yeah, at our request or
Yeah.
at my request. Motion to approve item number 33 be done within 30 days.
Second that.
Move and second, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. 34, discuss and take action on extension of time period required for the filing of plat under the previous approval of plat number 2023-049, replat of lots 3031, block 5, and lot 7071, block 4 of the Deer Forest subdivision.
This is the same thing, but the plat.
Make a motion to approve 34 with the mention of the 30 days. Was it previous one? Second.
Move second, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. No executive session.
Take citizen input.
We got a public comment, Ms. Rigby. Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning, Ms. Rigby. You got 5 minutes.
And I'm just standing before you. For the record, once again. I've been kind of out of the way for a moment. However, I'm still going to voice my opinion. I'm here representing hundreds of us that were completely overlooked by our leadership in precinct 3. And that is the most vulnerable of the population. Up to approximately 90% of our kids that are under the Texas Department of Protective and Regulatory Services. I know that the COVID-19 funds from the CARES Act they dispersed the entities that were not, and I say were not affected nor severely affected as we have been. It is my understanding that the funds were different from regular funds. Other counties, cities may have dispersed them in the ways that they so chose. However, it's been different for us. And we were severely affected, and we continue to be severely affected. And I'm just putting it out here for food for thought. So that when resolution does come, I believe we're going to see differently. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Rigby.
Questions from media?
I did.
Commissioners Court. You got anything?